The God of Thunder has survived gods, monsters, and even the end of the universe itself. But in Marvel's upcoming Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, rumors suggest Thor might be facing his final battle. Is this truly the end of the Odin Son? Or is Marvel setting up the most heroic sacrifice the MCU has seen yet? Grab your hammers and brace yourself, because what's coming could change the fate of the Avengers forever. Well, the last time we saw the MCU's version of Thor was way back in 2022 in Thor: Love and Thunder. To be fair, the movie did not land very well with critics and fans alike, and it was much more of a Taika Waititi full-blown comedy than actually a Thor movie. And even Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth, has said as much. Now, the actor was officially named to return in Avengers Doomsday, meaning the Russo brothers can potentially take this on and kind of clean up some of these more recent mistakes. But we should be worried because this might not last. Now, recently we got a huge update from the Cosmic Circus's Lizzie Hill. And like we always like to say, this isn't Marvel Studios or Kevin Feige or Hemsworth himself, so we want to take it with a grain of salt. With that said, the Cosmic Circus has an excellent track record, and Lizzie went on to share some pretty interesting information about Thor's role in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Now, in a recent Q&A, she said, quote, "From what we've heard, Thor will reunite with Loki at some point in these films, and he'll essentially be one of the last OG Avengers remaining. Our friend Alex Perez did hear a rumor that Marvel wanted to give Chris Hemsworth Thor a proper send-off in these movies in an epic way, which sources are pointing to New Avengers Volume 3, number 32 as inspiration. Although it could be the end of Chris Hemsworth's Thor at the very moment, that doesn't exclude the possibility of the character's return, as he has also been told the Thor cores, as well as many parts of Thor's mythology from the comics, will be adapted for Secret Wars and beyond. Now, we know Marvel is perfectly fine with killing off characters only to bring them back later, and this is pretty much a staple of the comics. But it is totally true that Thor is, well, one of the last remaining original Avengers. And as we journey into this new post-Secret Wars world, well, it does make a lot of sense. If you're going to have to recast Tony Stark, the Black Widow, and Steve Rogers, well, a new version of Thor might be on our way. Now, I did like the fact that Thor and Loki will reunite in these films. That's the moment fans have been waiting for. But the big thing they pointed to was the New Avengers Volume 3, number 32 as inspiration. Now, I'm not going to give away the whole comic, but this actually sees Thor, and interestingly enough, Hyperion, face off with a bunch of Beyonders. The battle itself is pretty brutal, and I'm going to encourage you guys to go and find and read this comic. It actually sees Thor lose one of his arms and pay the ultimate price to stop the Beyonders. Now, notice they said inspiration, so I'm not looking for an exact adaptation of this scene, but this could see both brothers, Thor and Loki, in a very similar scene, sending both characters off with a bang. Now, I think Marvel's going to make a pretty solid effort to not carry on too many of the original characters or characters that might need to be recast. And Hemsworth has been Thor for a really long time, going on about 15 years. So as far as passing the mantle to a new actor goes, well, it's probably time for that to happen. Personally, I love Hemsworth as Thor, but if they're going to give him a send-off, I want it to be awesome. And this particular comic really does give Thor that kind of heroic, gritty, almost Viking-like send-off you would expect for the character, and I'm pretty sure Hemsworth would embrace it. Now, like we said, this still falls in the rumor category and hasn't been confirmed by Marvel Studios, but I do feel like at this point, you should be pretty prepared to lose some major characters in Secret Wars. The Russo brothers did not hesitate killing off big names in Endgame, and I think Secret Wars is going to be a much bigger event than anybody's expecting. How this all works out, well, we're going to have to wait and see. Now, before you take off though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily videos and we want to be your place for all the Marvel and DC news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you're really in the know.